Hey guys, welcome back to the studio. Today we are talking about brushes, how to clean them, and how to best care for them. Before we get into the cleaning part, I just want to talk a little about care for your brushes starts first when you're cleaning them, when you're actually using them. So I want to talk a little about that. And today we're going to talk about how to clean and care for all brush types. And I'll tell you the difference when it matters what medium you're using, but we're going to talk about how to clean watercolor brushes, how to clean acrylic or gouache, and oil. The first thing I want to mention goes for any kind of brush you're using. And whether you're using water for your water-soluble gouache or watercolor, or if you're using turpentine to clean your oil brushes, this is going to be the same method. When you are cleaning your brush in between using different colors, you want to make sure that you're not cleaning it like this in the jar. You want to preserve this tip, even if it's a square. That's how you best care for it. You don't want to be jamming that brush down like this. You want to come at an angle like this. And if you're loading your brush up properly with paint, you're going to have paint up in this part of the brush right here. That's a properly loaded brush. You can go to town. You don't want to think about trying to break this, but man, I get to go in like that in the jar or my turp can, okay? But not like this. Is not good. And that is going to transfer over also when we're cleaning the brushes at the sink for the end of the day of a great painting day. We're going to have that same motion, okay? Good, great. Let's come over to the sink and let's first talk about water-soluble mediums. So your watercolors and your water-soluble gouache. Now this does not pertain to acrylic gouache. You're going to clean acrylic gouache the same way we're going to do oil and acrylic. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But water-soluble brushes, whether they're sable or just even your basic synthetic brushes, you're going to clean these the same way, water-soluble. You're going to come over to your sink and you're just going to get your fingers in it. And you can see I'm kind of attacking this part of the brush because that's where most of the stubborn paint is. Then what I do, I like to dry it off a little. Again, not like this, but in a motion that's going to be protecting those bristles. Then what you want to do is reform very carefully those bristles back into a nice point. Then you want to lay your brush down flat like that to dry. Never put it in a jar like that to dry or up like this, because that water's going to run down into the ferrule. I think that's what that part is called, the ferrule. Forgive me if it's wrong. And will rust and damage. So always just lay it down, and in the morning it will be perfectly shaped and dry. On to acrylic, oil, acrylic gouache, anything that when it dries, you cannot reconstitute it. You cannot re-wet it and work it. That is what we're going to talk about next. Now all of these are my dirty oil painting brushes from a painting session today. The best painting, oil painting, acrylic, anything, any of your brushes. This is the stuff to use. Murphy wood cleaning is for your floors. An oil painter taught me this forever ago, and it is great and it's gentle for your brushes. So I always have a container right here that I keep sealed up. Sometimes I leave the top off, which is always a pain in the rear because then this gets kind of jelly-like, and it's still usable. I'll usually try to add some water to it, but it's just never the same. But you want to always seal that up. So what I do at the end of the day, I get some water going, I dip generously, I go to town. Now you'll also notice whether I'm painting and cleaning my brush or end of the day cleaning, I'm whacking, turn, whack, twist, whack, twist. I want to get all of my brush, and then I'll add a little water, really kind of get aggressive with it, to be honest. Bang, 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 bang. Then I'll rinse, I'll pour that out. I come over and dry my bristles off because the soap sticks to my bristles better if it's dry. And then I just keep going to town until the water is clean-ish. I probably should do it when it's all the way clean, but you know, sometimes you get lazy. So you'll want to dry your bristles off. form them, reshape them, sit them down, and that is it. You can really just, clean a bunch of brushes pretty quick like that. And having a little soap still in it is not a big deal to me because this is kind of a, I don't know, would I say hydrating soap? It won't dry your brushes out. I do find that it's like a good conditioning shampoo. It doesn't like strip your hair and make it real dry. It leaves it, what would be a good word, Grady? It leaves it conditioned. It leaves it, not stripped and dry. I have a feeling you probably relate to that, the hair. If you use a really shampoo and your hair feels like straw afterwards, your brushes will not feel like straw. They will feel, you know what I'm trying to say. I've been cleaning all my brushes like this for years and years and years. The only time I ever have to replace a brush is when I've worn it down to a nubby nib and there's nothing left of the brush. Because I take good care of my brushes, they just last for forever. All right, so that is all I have for you for brush cleaning. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and like and all the things. Leave me a comment, let me know if you learned any new tips in this, and I'll see you back here in the studio soon. Bye guys.